episodes barely scratch the surface, but some fans insist there were signs, clues, subtle symbolism. One episode even dropped a cryptic line about legacy and knowing when to walk away. Was it poetic reflection?
Because they gotta worry about me, because I'll say something.
There are people who say this is all just noise, that Warner's death was nothing more than a tragic accident. That Katt is spinning wild conspiracies to boost ticket sales or feed his own ego. But ask yourself, if it's all noise, why is everyone so quiet? Why hasn't the man from the beach been named? Why has Warner, a respected, scandal-free, universally loved figure, suddenly become the epicenter of a mystery no one... Everything wrapped neatly in polite statements, carefully worded autopsy reports, and glowing public tributes. And while fans mourned Warner with nostalgia and heartfelt memories, others whispered that he may have paid the price for being the last man standing in a fractured legacy, one built on scripted perfection and secrets that were never supposed to come to light.
For everything I'm telling you, that's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need another. You here? Get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And then there's Katt, loud, unpredictable, and defiantly unfiltered. The complete opposite of Warner's quiet composure. But maybe that's exactly the point. While Warner relied on metaphor, subtle hints, and carefully worded interviews, Katt has been firing direct shots into the heart of the industry for years. He has publicly called out Diddy, Jay-Z, Kevin Hart, and nearly anyone tied to the elite machinery that runs Hollywood from behind the curtain. And every time he does, there's a price to pay: legal trouble, cancelled shows, or public meltdowns caught on shaky cell phone videos. The narrative around him is always the same: unstable, difficult, dangerous. But is that image the truth, or is it a carefully constructed strategy to discredit him, to bury the man under a caricature so loud and chaotic that people stop taking his words seriously? History shows this isn't a new tactic. High-profile insiders have whispered for years that when someone refuses to play along, refuses the NDA, turns down the contract, says no to the private jet party, the industry doesn't just close its doors, it grinds them down, slowly. First comes the attack on reputation, then the financial sabotage, then the isolation, and if that still doesn't break them, silence. Permanently. Somehow, Katt has survived all three stages, but now he's moving dangerously close to the final one. He claims he has received uninvited visits and messages warning him to stop. He says he's spotted shadows in his rearview mirror that follow him for miles. And if even half of what he's saying is true, this isn't paranoia, it's pattern recognition.
A goofball. See, there's room in comedy for goofballs.
Right.
Like, we don't need everybody talking about the same stuff I be talking about.
That's what I'm saying, but I mean for you specifically.
Oh, for me specifically.
For you specifically, people follow you in that sort of vein where, yes, you're entertaining, yes, you're comedic, but also, as I mentioned earlier, you live by a specific code that is infallible to even get into your ego space.
Think about it. In January, Katt Williams goes viral for telling Shannon Sharpe he turned down tens of millions of dollars to protect his peace and his body. Fast forward a few months, and one of the cleanest men in Black Hollywood is found lifeless in a foreign country in an incident that leaves far more questions than answers. Then, almost without warning, Katt goes quiet. Public appearances become rare, no new stand-up specials, whispers begin about upgraded security. And all the while, the online rumor mill is moving at full speed. That's when the so-called hit list theory takes hold, the idea of a roster of people deemed too unpredictable, too informed, or too outspoken to be trusted in the long game of media control. Some of the rumored names? Artists who've suddenly lost label backing, influencers whose platforms have vanished overnight, and even journalists who have either disappeared or abruptly switched careers. Is Katt next? And if he is, what happens to the stories he hasn't told yet? We already know he's hinted at a lot alleged ties between Diddy's infamous freak-off parties and potential blackmail schemes, strange alliances between high-powered executives and rising stars, and even that cryptic reference to baby oil and lies. Back in January, he flat out said that 2024 would be the year when all the deviants catch hell. By March, federal agents were raiding Diddy's homes. By July, Malcolm Jamal Warner was gone.
When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
If this is all just coincidence, it's one of the wildest we've ever seen. But if it's not, then we're watching something far darker play out in real time, an invisible purge of truth-tellers and outliers. And Katt Williams, He might be the last one still holding a microphone and the courage to use it. He's raw, he's unpredictable, he's not backed by the same machine he's been exposing for years. That makes him dangerous, but it also makes him vulnerable, and in Hollywood, vulnerability is easy to weaponize. The psychological toll alone is brutal. Imagine not trusting your phone, your team, or even the safety of your own front door. Imagine watching people you once knew disappear, go silent, or worse. Imagine realizing that the price of telling the truth is living like a fugitive in your own country. That's not comedy, that's psychological warfare, and Katt has been enduring it for over a decade. The lawsuits, the arrests, the viral meltdowns, they might not be random chaos at all. They might be calculated moves designed to discredit him, to make it easier to erase him when the moment comes. Because the real fight here isn't about fame, it's about narrative control. Who's allowed to speak? Who's believed, who's remembered, and who's reduced to nothing more than a cautionary tale? The moment Malcolm Jamal Warner began rewriting his own story, he vanished. The moment Katt started naming names, the cameras turned against him. The message couldn't be clearer. In this business, your voice only matters as long as someone else owns the volume knob. So here we are. One man gone under suspicious circumstances, another man hanging by a thread, and an entire industry pretending it's all just another coincidence. But what if it's not? What if this is the price of truth? What if the people trying to warn us are being hunted in plain sight? If Malcolm Jamal Warner's death was a warning and Katt Williams' life is now teetering on the edge, what does that mean for the rest of Hollywood? Who is safe in an industry where power, secrets, and survival are permanently intertwined? Because the truth may be far more dangerous than any of us have imagined. Let us know what you think. Is Katt Williams next, or is he the only one left brave enough to keep speaking? Stay curious, stay safe, and until next time, keep your eyes open.